Hi everybody, it's week three. I am here in my giant onesie pajamas because it is freezing in New York City, and the thing is it's not even that cold. It's like in the 40s. Last year we got down to -17 and I'm complaining about 40. I mean, I'm so scared for winter. I want to jump right into the numbers. So starting high weight was 270 pounds. My surgery day weight was 265 pounds, and today I weighed in at 247 pounds. Nope, 247.5 pounds. Can't forget the 0.5. Very important. So I'm down 3.5 pounds this week from last week for a total of 22.5 pounds. I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed that I didn't lose as much as the last 2 weeks, but at the same time, I mean, it's a loss. It's 3 weeks in a row losing. I just can't, I don't remember a time when I lost 3 weeks in a row. I just don't remember one. So I'm totally excited. I'm out of the 250-pound mark. I've left it behind forever. I've said goodbye to the 250s. I'm just, that I am so ecstatic about, and knowing that I have the power and control now with this new tool, my new stomach, with this sleeve, to say that and mean it and know that I have the tools that I need to maintain a healthy weight. That's huge to me and not something that I'm taking for granted at all. I'm just spoiled by the last 2 weeks with these giant losses. That's all. So I'll get used to it. It's fine. To get a little perspective today, though, just because I was like, well, it's only 3.5 pounds. Like, to me, that doesn't sound like something to be bragging to anybody about, but it is. But just to keep some perspective, I went back and I looked at Laura Losing's videos just to see kind of where she was. She started her videos at about 9 weeks out after surgery, but still. I went back and looked at some of her older stuff. I looked at Laura's VSG tube and her older stuff to see where she was at about week 3. I looked at Tina Russell's stuff to see where she was. I'm right on par with those ladies, and honestly, if I come anywhere close to the success that they have had, I'm a lucky lady, and I'm very, very happy. So I'm totally back in perspective. I feel totally blessed to have lost this amount of weight and to have this opportunity to get myself on the track that I want to. So really, really trying to keep that focus. And I think it's Laura Losing that says, just trust the process. Just because you're not losing doesn't mean that things aren't changing. I know that the body is not a machine and that I have traumatized it, and it's catching up with me. And that's natural and it's normal and it's to be expected. And I'm not going to have an 8-pound weight loss every week or really ever again. And that's okay. It's okay. I am 22.5 pounds less than I was 3 weeks ago. That's heaven. That is music to my ears. Diet this week. I'm maintaining 40 grams of protein a day in that area. 38 to 43, I think, is kind of the range that I've stayed in, so that's really good. I'm getting better at my water intake, but I'm still not great, guys. I think, realistically speaking, I'm looking at still like 35 to 40 ounces of water a day. I'm just not getting it in. If you have any suggestions, I have like the little packets to flavor water. I have those. And I have the Bay waters that I love. But sometimes that stuff gets a little bit too sweet and I don't really like it. I don't know. If you have any suggestions whatsoever for how I can maybe improve my water intake, that would be great. The burps still happen, by the way, all the time. You learn to kind of hide them in your talking patterns. I don't know. But they happen all day long. I am tracking every single thing that I eat on MyFitnessPal, every single thing, so that I know how many carbs I'm having, and most importantly, I know how many grams of protein I'm having a day. Those are really important. So everything goes in there, every bite of food, everything. Speaking of tracking, I created a spreadsheet at work. it's got, you know, each week and then all these categories, and it's, you know, what is my weight? I have formulas in there to calculate how much I've lost and what my new weight is, how much I've lost that week, how much I've lost overall, my BMI, my any like concerns that I have had, like medically. That was mostly for right at the beginning in case there was a leak. But even now, just like, hey, I'm only pooping once every couple of days. It's not that concerning. I'm still pooping, but it's a lot less than I used to be. Or if I ever vomit, which I haven't, but just something to keep track of, or, you know, whatever concerns I might have. I track how much water approximately I'm getting in that week. I would track what my diet's like that week. And also, I keep track of my measurements, which I'll get into next week. It'll be a month out, so I'm going to have all of my measurements for next week. For eating, I've learned a little bit this week. Overeating, which is, I mean, this is like in the loosest sense of the word. It's overeating for your new stomach. For example, I can currently eat 3 ounces of food. Like exactly 3 ounces of food, which is 1.5 of those condiment cups that I showed you guys the other week. And I was never part of the Clean Plate Club. When I was full, I would stop eating. Somewhere along the line, I've become one of those people that just needs to finish what's there. I think because it looks so silly. Like, seriously, I can't finish those last 3 bites? No. I can't finish those last 3 bites. It hurts. It's so uncomfortable for like 15 to 20 minutes. You feel like you're gonna puke. You feel like you need to poop. I get super lethargic and like I just want to pass out. And I did the other night. I fell asleep on my couch immediately after eating too much soup. Soup has been the easiest for me to overeat on. I did it a little bit tonight even. I think because it goes down so easily, I don't have to stop and think so much about it. So it just goes down so fast that I eat too much of it. And you really have to watch that. Really, really eat slowly. I've gotten good at eating slowly when it comes to the other foods that I've been eating, like the egg salad, the tuna salad, the cottage cheese, the mashed potatoes, things like that. I've gotten good. And even with the soup, once I feel full, I stop eating. But by that point, it's too late with the soup. With everything else, I'm totally fine. Like, I get to about 3 ounces, and I know, like, that's it. That's all I get. Walk away now. But with the soup, yeah, it's just, I've got to eat slower. I have to let it resonate with my body that there is food there, and I am getting full. Sweet, I don't deal with sweet quite so well. It can be too sweet, and I think it's because so much of what I'm having is sweet. Between the pudding and the flavored water and the protein shakes and you know, even like cottage cheese is a little bit sweet, which you don't realize until you can't really deal with sweet anymore. Everything has kind of undertones of sweet. There are very few things that don't. So that's gotten to be a little bit too much for me, actually. So I'm looking forward to, you know, having some new options coming up in the next few weeks that I can try. Speaking of options, Thanksgiving is in 2 days. 2 days. I wasn't so concerned about this. I am a little bit now. I think I'll be fine, but I think I do just need to keep in mind, you know, I'm going to be sitting around a table with my entire family with plates just stacked high with food, and I'm not going to be able to try everything. Like, even before, when I would do Thanksgiving, I would try like a bite or two of everything. That's not going to work this time. I can't fit that much food in there. So I just am going to need to be really selective about what it is that I'm eating, how much of each thing I get that I'm eating. You know, it might come down to like I can have a half a bite of this and a half a bite of this, and that's it. I think I might ask for like a small plate instead of a large one so it doesn't look so sad. You know, play those mind tricks that I've learned from 1,000 other diets that I've done. But I think it'll be okay. Just, you know, new challenges and things that I need to think about. And Um, I think that I think I've mentioned this before, but I think I have some disordered eating habits. I don't binge or purge, and I don't starve myself. I don't have that type of a disorder, but my eating habits are bad, and I think that I'm really gonna have to watch out for head hunger and think about what's going on before I just give myself more food, or um, go back a couple hours later for leftovers, things like that. I'm gonna have to watch that, and that's okay. I'm okay. I have this new tool, this new teeny tiny stomach that's helping me out, so I'm okay. But I want to acknowledge that those are things that I'm gonna need to watch out for. Um, Things that I'm missing and kind of craving: saltier foods. Like I said, sweets kind of getting to me. And I miss, speaking of disordered eating, I miss taking a big bite of something and having my mouth full of food. Like, that feeling when you bite into a burger and your mouth is full, and like you can see the food like out in the cheeks, and you take a bite of it. I haven't done that in so long. In over a month, in a month and a half almost, and I miss that type of full feeling. My stomach feels full, but I miss food in my mouth. I'm thinking that once I'm starting to get into real foods again, even though they're small portions, that maybe I'll feel a little bit better about that. But that's where I'm at, guys. That's what I'm thinking. That's how I'm feeling. Last thing I just want to touch on, and I'm already at 12 minutes, so I'll try to make it fast, is telling people about my surgery. I know that a lot of people don't tell people about their surgery because people are assholes and they don't understand, and they're judgmental, and they don't get why you can't just diet and exercise like any normal person and lose weight. And there are people that won't get it and will make you feel bad and make you feel less for having to do it. I know that there are people like that. I am so lucky, so fortunate that the people in my circle are not those people. I have shared that I have had the surgery with a lot of people, work colleagues, friends, my family. Almost my entire family knows. And I'm not afraid to talk to people about it if they have questions. The way I see it is, you lose weight so rapidly. In 3 weeks, I'm down 22 and a half pounds. People work for months to be down 22 and a half pounds. I mean, they're going to notice. They're going to see it. And it's not a normal weight loss. And I would rather them know, and if they don't support it, that they can just be off in their little judgy corner, or they know and are supportive and rooting me on. I have people all over the globe, literally, asking me how I am, asking how I'm eating, how I'm feeling. They don't even ask about the weight loss, although I proudly tell them each week. They just want to know how I am. They want to just hear that I'm okay, and I just have such a great support group. Know your circle before you tell them, but understand that support is invaluable. It's just something that you can't replace with anything. Most of my family knows, so when I go home, they all are, I don't know what they're expecting, but they know. Those people in my family that don't know, I have zero issue with talking to them about it and explaining it, and so I'm fine with letting people know, but there are people that aren't. So just, I would say, before you go into it, consider what your feelings are on it. You're gonna have to tell somebody, I would imagine, most likely. Somebody has to take you home from the hospital. But I think articulating to that person how much or how little you want to share is going to be important. And, just make sure that you're going to love yourself on it. That, you won't allow anybody to tear you down or to make you feel badly about your decision, because no one enters into this decision lightly, and this is not the easy way out for anyone. We all know that, but just keep it in mind. But anyway, I'm going to check in next week with my measurements and less of me. Hopefully. I hope so. So have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.